G'day guys, welcome back. Welcome to Pouring Your Heart Out. I've made a start on my little mould here. My new flower mould. Yay, my new flower mould that I made. So it kind of lends itself to the 3D flowers. So I've put a bit of resin in each of those. I've got an ounce or 30 grams in each of my cups here. I'm using this little piggy, and I'm going to try this little scoop. Now, because I've got 3 ounces, I thought I'd do 3 little scoops and just see how much I actually need. So I'm not quite sure. That one is called Grenache. I think that's how you pronounce it. This one is Harvest Gold, also a little piggy. Now I need to clean this off real quick, if I can. It's a little bit hard to clean, I can't get in there. All right, here we go. 1, whoops, 2, 3. I want it to be just opaque. I don't want it to be too heavy. And that one is called Sangria or Sangria. So it's pretty cold in the studio today. It's 16 degrees Celsius. So because the temperature changes day to day and morning and night and things like that in the studio, I'm taking the resin's temperature rather. So it got to 35 degrees Celsius, and then I poured it in, and then I started the video. So that's what I did. Are you right down there, Ruby? What are you doing, puppy? All right, let's have a look. It's really hard to know how much to put in, because you put too much in and you know, it's too heavy, and then you don't put enough in and it's too light. So anyway, I think that's enough. It was a relatively decent amount. I mean, I've only got an ounce of resin in there. You don't want to overdo it, don't want to overload it and put too much pigment in. So let's try that anyway. It doesn't work. I can adjust it next time, but it looks opaque to me. So these 3 colors are really pretty. This one, I'm hoping it's going to be like a red. It's the only red that I got. And the lovely people at this little piggy sent me these to try. They probably expected me to try them on the blooms though, you know, the Shelly Art blooms, and I will. I just have to mix up a new pouring medium, but I thought, hey, I'll try them in resin and see how they go. They're really shiny. Just going to make sure that's all mixed up. I'm going to put it there for a sec. My centers, I'm going to do like this brownish color. It's called Espresso. I've got a tiny bit of resin in there. Let's just open it away from there. Pour some in. What do you think of my new flower mold? Got 6 different shapes. Hopefully you like them. Nice pretty shapes. Now let me have a look at my clock. It's 10 to 12. Start video at 11:45. Start. Okay, so probably need to be piping at about 12 o'clock. It's another 10 minutes. That will mean that my resin has been sitting for 50 minutes then. But yeah, because it's cold in here today, it's taking a lot longer to thicken up. So that's why I thought I would take its temperature rather than just go, okay, it's been 20 minutes, I need to, you know, decant. Because it's not going to be that way every day, especially with, I'm in winter at the moment, and it's a bit of a cold snap at the moment. So 16 degrees, Now it's 17 degrees and it's midday, so it's pretty cool. There we go, it's a little center. Now I'm only using the 3 colors. I'm doing red, gold and pink, and I thought that would look really pretty with the little brown center. Whoops, don't get too much on you. I'm trying to get them all relatively the same size. So these coaster molds, the actual cavity is just about 11.5 centimeters across, so 4.5 inches, I think that is, in size. Okay, that'll do. I think they're about the same, aren't they? About the same. You go adding more and then they all get too big. Right, another quick little torch because I've made some bubbles there now. Okay, give these another stir and then I'll pour them into their little piping bags. I just want to make sure that I don't have any mica powder floating around. It looks opaque to me. But like I said, we'll try it. We'll see there's some loose mica powder floating on top, so we'll give it a second stir. I think it's a good idea to give it a second stir. Make sure everything's mixed in. Wipe your stick as well. Loving this colour. It's really pretty. It's like it's a reddy orange. All right, here we go. Let's pour them in. I did a flower pour, well, 3D flower yesterday. It didn't work because I went by the time. I just waited 20 minutes. But, yeah, I didn't account for the fact that it was cold. And it didn't work. Everything just fell to the bottom. Colours didn't spread. Actually, I'm doing that order. Keep them in this order. So, yeah, going again. And like I said, I'm taking its temperature rather. Then I know, you know, what I'm doing. Because I just go by the temperature rather than the room temperature. And also different resins will get warm at different stages, like different times. So you'll just have to have a little play with your resin and see when it starts getting warm. Just don't let it get too hot because then it gets too sticky and it just won't work if it's too thick. But it is a nice sort of thickish consistency. It's really hard to explain. I guess it's kind of like, and you can't say warm honey because, you know, warm honey can be really thin, but it can be really thick too, depending on what you classify as warm honey. So I was using this. As soon as I open it up like that, it gives me a temperature. So actually it's very accurate. See, 16.7 degrees in my room here. And I pop that into the cup. I had it mixed up in this jug. And I just let it sit in that jug. And it actually sat in there for 30 minutes. It sat in there for. So, let's see. 11:40 was 30 minutes. So, I really need to start. I need to start piping. Stop talking, woman, and get to work. Okay. So it's nice and it's not hot. It's warm. So there's the red. And the gold. Push it all down. And I did have like a more pink. It was a pinker pink. But I decided against it and decided more of this sort of purpley pink. I just thought it looked better. It matched better. But okay, here we go. Here we go. So I'm going to do this order. I'm going to do the same with all of them. I'm going to follow the outside of the petals. So I'll do the red first. And I want to make a decent size hole. So I'm going to go halfway. Actually, there's a lot there. I'm going to make about like a 5mm hole. Let's just see how that goes. Test that. Actually, I'll do that one later so it doesn't all drip out. Just watching the drips. You get a drip, it drops down, it springs back, but not waste too much of it. All right, here we go. Tuck that in. Are we ready? And I want to make it nice and thick, nice thick line. Don't rush your line, because if you sort of rush it, sometimes it can be a little bit thinner. Like if you stretch it, I want to make sure that they're all the same thickness. Hopefully you don't run out. Get as close to the mold, the side of the mold, as you can. Probably should have made more of the red, hey, because it's got further to go. Because the outside of the mold is, you know, wider. Well, what am I doing? I don't even know what I'm doing, following the shapes. Oh gosh. So, you know, the outside colour you use more of because it's wider out there. I'm just wary of the fact that I might not have enough red to go around all of them. I should do, only got 2 left. I've still got, yeah, I've got plenty. I'm being a bit of a worrywart here. Wind it back up again. But next time I'll try and remember to make more of the colour that's going on the outside. Okay, 1 left. Here we go. Is that spreading yet? Gosh, I hope it works. Some days I can do it and then other days I can't do it. And you think, oh, what did I do differently, you know? What did I do wrong? And sometimes it just works and sometimes it doesn't work. All right, now any areas that need a little bit of thickening up, go over now. I think it's pretty good. Again, you don't want to make them too thick because then it gets really heavy. All right, next colour. Let's cut that one. Same, nice thick, nice big hole. All right, here we go. I'll follow that around. Whoops, that feels a bit thicker, a bit wider. I might have made that hole a bit bigger. It's a bit difficult to follow that shape now, so I'm just going to do this. So, it does look as if my gold's a little bit thicker, doesn't it? Catch the drips. Whoops, run out. Must be thicker, like running out already. Obviously made that hole a little bit bigger. Are they moving yet? Are they moving? Oh gosh, hope it works. All right, let's cut this one. Remember to go and wipe my scissors so the resin doesn't dry on them. Okay, there's the purple or pink. No, this one's just going to have a wriggle in it. I'm not going to try and follow the line. It's too difficult. Can you see any movement yet? Is it moving? Is it starting to spread? Okay, and I'm just going to give it a little bit of an extra bit of colour just on top of that little brown centre there. Oops, it's making my little brown centre spread. Just in case it doesn't all close up, then at least I've got some purple in the centre there. Okay, now I swap my hands. I'll get a bit of heat onto it with my heat gun. This one here, it's got low and high. I'm just going to put it on high. Go around in the middle first. Popping some bubbles. Warming up the resin a bit. Now I'm going to push from the outside in on each of those petals. Okay, not too much. You don't want to thin everything out. Now the other thing I want to do, now that I've heated that up, I'm just going to get my little stick and I'm just going to just follow basically where these lines are, like this. Just to give it a little bit more definition. Just with my little stick there with a cotton bud on the end of it. I don't know if I'll do each. Let's have a look. Maybe do every second one first. And actually, I might pull them the opposite way on that other one. Like that. Resin still feels quite thin. I hope I didn't overheat it. Okay, here we go. Pull that in. That one. That one. Like so. I mean, if you wanted to, you could take it back through the center there, but I quite like it just like that. I am just following where these little points come in from the mold. Yeah, the resin's still quite thin. Normally it's not quite as thin as this at this stage, but maybe I've sort of heated it a little bit much. Yeah, like I said, they're tricky. I find this quite a difficult technique. It takes a bit of practice. And if you're going to do it, you kind of need to do it and do it and do it until you get it right. Because if you do it and then like 2 months later you think, oh, I might do that again, and then you try again and you kind of forget, you know, what the resin feels like when it's a certain temperature, when it's ready to go. So yeah, I think if you're going to do it, you need to do it all at once. All right, well, it seems to be moving. I'm just going to give it a quick torch just for some bubbles now that I've pulled it around with the stick. I'm going to throw these out, and get you down for a close-up. Just going to get this resin off my gloves. Just give it a spray with the alcohol rub, and then wipe it with the baby wipe like that and get any alcohol off, any resin off. Oh, did it work? Did it work, you guys? Did it work? Let's have a look. I guess it's a bit early to tell. This one I did last, hey, because I went like that. This red here doesn't seem to be closing up as much. I wonder if I can just give it a bit of a helping hand there. Yeah, I don't want to like overheat it, but I do want it to try and move a little bit more than what it's moving. Just do it on low. Maybe I should stick to low. All right, let's get you down, have a little look. And hopefully it'll work. I love the colours together. I've still got some gaps. Now, if my resin was too thin still, the colours fall down rather than spread. And that's just the thing that you have to practice with, knowing when your resin's ready. And that's the hardest thing of all. And like I said, it just takes practice. Write down everything. But if your temperature in your room's changing, then the time that you wait for your resin is going to change as well. So that's why, yeah, like I said, I went for the little thermometer. So they're looking really, really pretty. I just hope they close up. A bit worried about you. Why aren't you closing up? A bit worried. Okay, I'm going to come back in about half an hour or so, and we'll see if they've all closed up. All right. Wish me luck. See you then. So it's been about half an hour or so. Went and made myself a coffee, a cappuccino. I don't know that they've changed a whole lot. This one up here looks really good. The outer petals. I think I put a lot more of the red on that one because I started with it, and then when I came down here, I was kind of running out, so they didn't get as much of the red. See, they haven't really spread over there, those two. I don't know if that's got anything to do with it, but they haven't spread as much. This one's looking really good. I'll try and have a look at the gold underneath the red. It looks as if it's worked. Very shimmery. Purple doesn't seem to have spread as much. The inner colour doesn't seem to spread as much because it hasn't got as far to go, whereas the external ones do spread a bit more. And I must remember not to put any extra on top of the little dot, the glitter, because it just spreads the glitter, I think, so not do that. There as well, I don't think I put as much on. Or maybe I didn't put my little piping lines close enough together, but this one certainly has worked well, and I did put extra in that one. So there we go. Now I just have to wait and unmold, I guess. Wait till tomorrow. But they're looking really shimmery. I think I'd like to try again. That was the pinky purple sangria, and this was the other pink that I was telling you about. It's more of a pink twilight. Put them there so that you can see. See, one's more of a purpley pink and one's a pink, so I might try that one next time. This one. All right, I'll see you for the unmolding. I'm back. It's actually the same day. It's just later on in the evening. But they're set. It's really good how you can unmold the same day with this resin. Now, I can see where a few areas didn't really bloom. I think my resin was a little bit thin still, so a little bit more experimenting will be needed, but looking really good from the top. So let's start over here, closest to me. I really like this shape. I don't know that I've got a favorite, but this, maybe this one. It's really nice. Okay, so it's got a bit of transparency to it, which is telling me I didn't put enough mica powder in. Actually, I might just go and get a tile to put it on. Hang on. I'll just use this tile as a backing so we can see properly. Yeah, so until you sort of do it, you don't realise how much or how little mica powder you actually need. And it's beautiful and glossy. I like that about it, but that transparency bothers me. All right, shall we have a look at the back? There we go. I'll lay it down. Oh, look how shimmery it is. Oh, it's almost there. Look at that. We have got the 3D happening. It's better than I thought it was going to be. But just hasn't, there's some areas that just haven't bloomed as much as the others. Look, it's really been trying. Look at that there. That looks really amazing, doesn't it? Wow. I wasn't expecting it to look that nice, actually. I'm really happy with that one. Okay, let's get the next one out. And they're a little bit thicker too. I think they need that little bit of thickness to help it sort of give that 3D look. But yeah, look, I'll definitely try again. I don't know if I'll do the same colours. I don't know whether you guys like to see the same colours done again or, you know, it's totally different each time. But I really do like these colours. But look, you can see through it. So you don't really want that. You want it to be more opaque. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that one too. So pretty. These would be really nice edged in gold, actually. A couple of little bubbles there. I've been told that if you get a little bubble like that, you can actually fill it with some clear nail polish. I haven't tried it yet, but look at that. It's so pretty, isn't it? Again, we've got some areas that bloomed really well. That purple bloomed there, but then it didn't do it down here. So I don't know what I did differently. But that red and the red and the yellow, the red and the gold there look really pretty together. All right, 2 down. Let's go for this one. I'm so keen to do it again tomorrow. Have another go tomorrow. This one's got a few little pointy bits that you have to negotiate. So just do it nice and carefully. Again, it's a bit transparency. But once it's down on something, oh, actually, maybe I should have given it a top coat. I wonder if I can put it back in and do a top coat. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'll just try again. Because once you take them out, even though you put another top coat on, it kind of drips down the side. You don't get a really good seal once you've taken them out. Okay, there's the back of that one. What do you think of my little brown centers? That's sort of gone a bit off center, hasn't it? Look at the shimmer. Those colors are just magic together, aren't they? So pretty. Okay. I'm going to go around this other side to get this one out so that I'm not leaning in front of you. Do this one as well, actually, while I'm here. Just loosen it. There we go. All right. Which is your favourite shape? Do you have a favourite? Okay, let's look at this one. Now, this is probably the worst out of the way they bloomed, because you can see the line at the back there. which is telling me that my resin was still too thin. So the colour has just dropped straight down rather than spread. So definitely have another go tomorrow, if I can possibly find some time. It still looks really pretty. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. Or was it? I can't remember now. Did I do, it was only if this morning, but did I do those first? I must have, yeah. And then these last. Oh, I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. It's almost there. It's almost there. Hopefully I'll do it again and maybe the next one will be better. This one's a really pretty shape too. I like this one too. I like them all. Almost looks as if it's been twirled on the inside, but I didn't, but it looks a bit like that. Nice and shimmery. Yeah, the purple didn't really bloom at all on that one. These are the ones that I did first, aren't they? Because I sort of started up there. I don't know. I'm just trying to find reasons for why it hasn't bloomed. I don't know. Like I said, I'll have to experiment a little bit more. It may just be the fact that I'm just using mica powders and I don't have any of my normal white Castin Craft in them, but they should still work. But yeah, I'm going to do them again and put a little bit more mica in. I'm going to up it to 1/4 teaspoon. I went and got this little teaspoon out of my kitchen. So I'm going to try that with the next one. Put a 1/4 teaspoon of mica powder in all of them, just to see if that'll give a better effect so they're not so transparent. All right, here we go. Oh, look at that one too. They're all very similar, aren't they? My favourites were the red and the gold meat. I just love that. They look so pretty together. Now let me know, do you want to see these same colours again with slightly thicker resin? I'll wait a bit longer and a more opaque mica, or shall we just go to a different colour? I've got another colour scheme here that I'm wanting to try in the greens and sort of copper. I know they look a bit blue through my screen, but they're not. They're sort of a greeny and a dark teal. So there's that. And I've also got some purples. All my colours set up that I want to go with next. Purpley tones with the silver. And this one's similar. It's pinks and gold. That's very similar to what I've just done though. So there we go. Let me know what you think. Where's my favourite? Where's my favourite? Out of all of these, I'm thinking this one probably looks the nicest. Although it has got that little gap there. Alright, I'm going to leave it at that. It's late. Well, it's only 9 PM. It's not too bad. And yeah, I'll definitely have another go. Make a few changes. So watch this space and we'll see if I can get it right, hey? And hopefully you guys are learning along with me. And hopefully you're taking away some helpful information that will help you create some beautiful 3D flower blooms. Okay, thanks for watching. And I'll see you real soon for the next one. We'll have another go. Okay, bye for now.